For just one time, I would take the Northwest Passage to find the hand of Franklin reaching for the Beaufort Sea.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Thrashers Paradise, the closet edition, as I am in my closet and I am talking with a very special guest all the way from the beautiful province of British Columbia. She has been called one of the top 10 female vocalists in all of metal. I am joined with Brittany Slays of Unleash the Archers. Miss Slays, how are you today?
I'm doing great, thanks. How are you?
Needless to say, because this has been, again, the interview I've been waiting to do for over a year since this channel has started. What has started from a conversation in June has lasted till now, and this is finally happening, which I'm really glad that it is.
Me too. Happy to be here.
Excellent. Now, the first question I'm going to ask is the original meeting place we were supposed to do the interview was going to be at the Opera House in Toronto when you headlined your show as you were on tour with Dragon Force and Visions of Atlantis around North America. The show was set. You were going to be performing with Crimson Shadows and Phantom, but sadly, it had to get canceled because right when that show was happening was when the fun times happened, right?
Yes, lovely coronavirus ruined everything.
Of course. So how hard was it just to have to cancel halfway on tour?
Oh, it was horrible. It was really upsetting. It was like 1 second everything was fine, and the next second everything was totally messed up. It was seriously, it just happened so fast. And then there was talks about closing the borders and stopping international flights and just lots of madness going on. So we basically just dropped everything and booked it to Chicago. We were in Minneapolis at the time when it happened, and booked a flight out of Chicago and got the hell out of there. And it sucked, and we had so much merch still, and we had to deal with shipping all that back, and the tour bus was a mess. We had food that was going to last us for the next 2 weeks, so it was horrible. And it was just kind of like drop everything and go. And it was really sucky. And we tried for a bit there to try and salvage it, save it, see if maybe all the promoters were trying to work with us because they didn't want it either to, if they wanted to maybe downsize the venue or, just try anything. But it got to the point where it was like, it was kind of, we knew that there was nothing we could do. And so we hopped on a plane and went home.
That is hard to hear, but one of the cool things I do want to ask about was during that whole thing happening, you did decide that at a venue, you stopped for 2 hours just to hang out with some of the fans and sell merchandise to them. What made you want to do that?
Well, we didn't know about all the cancellations and everything until we were already at the venue in Minneapolis. So it was the venue that canceled. We arrived there. The promoter was trying to still our governor or whatever has requested that all gatherings over 50 people be canceled, and it was just kind of like, no. And so we had quite a few fans that were already there that were waiting outside, and they didn't know that it was canceled until they got there either. And people that drove a really long way to get there, some people like a long way. So we were just like, you know what, let's just set up shop, open up the side of the trailer, and hang out for a little bit. So we all grabbed a couple beers and announced it after we went and grabbed something to eat. Had a big dinner with the Dragon Force boys and all the crew and everything to kind of say goodbye. And then, or I guess it was lunch. And then announced that we were going to hang out by the trailer for anyone that wanted to come and chill with us. And it was good, yeah. And it also helped us by helping to offload some of the merch, so we didn't have to ship as much of it back. I mean, we still had to ship a ton, but and we got to hang out with some people that drove a really, really long way to see us. So that was, it was good.
Excellent. Now, the now, ugh, I'm getting tongue twisted now. Excellent. So, as mentioned, you are from British Columbia, and you guys are 3 hours behind Eastern Standard Time here in Ontario. How hard was it for you during the tour to try and stay not tired going through all the different time zones?
Well, you kind of don't. It's um I call it tour time, which is where your body just naturally goes into this rhythm of and I honestly thrive in this tour time because I'm a night owl. I like to be like I don't really wake up. I don't really get creative or what's the word? Productive until like 8 p.m. at night. And
Okay.
then, yeah, so then I can go to like 1, 2, 3 a.m. easy, no problem. And I'm not a morning person at all, like zero. Like I would prefer to never wake up before noon if I could. So on the road, you're really, it's kind of like you don't load in and start getting set up till 4 p.m. So we don't wake up till 2, you get something to eat, and then you're up till 4 a.m. again partying or doing whatever. I don't tend to stay up as late as the boys because I got to keep my body in good shape for singing because my body is my instrument as opposed to the boys. So usually I'm asleep by like by 2 ish when the show ends. So but the boys are like up to like 4, 5, 6 a.m. and that's kind of the whole world just shifts and then the time changes and stuff, it doesn't really affect you too much.
Okay, now you were supposed to headline a upcoming festival in British Columbia called Hyperspace, and sadly that had to be moved to September. How hard was it to How hard was it to see that be canceled and rescheduled to a later time?
Yeah, no, it really sucked because we had a lot of fans that were excited to, see us play in Vancouver. We haven't played there. We haven't played in our own hometown in a long time, like over almost 2 years. So, you know, we made a lot of new fans since then, and a lot of people were really excited that we were going to be playing close to home for them. And then we had a lot of people that were driving up from Seattle that were coming from, um, you know, Oregon even. Lots of people driving out for it. So that was really crappy that not only that it was rescheduled to a time that we can no longer do, but that all those people now have to wait till probably next year before we'll be playing Vancouver again. So it really, really sucks. And I mean, it was such a killer lineup, and I'm really excited, you know, I'll probably, if I can. No, actually, we won't be here, so no, I won't be able to go. But the new lineup is super rad, so good for them. I mean, they were able to save it, so that's what matters, really. We're just glad that Joey, the promoter, was able to save that investment and get some bands that were willing to kind of jump in there at such short notice. So that's good.
Yeah, now speaking of other festivals, you were announced to perform at Vulcan. I haven't heard much on the cancellation of that. Do you, as a performer, know the current situation of Vulcan this year?
It's canceled. Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah, so Rock Hars, all German festivals are canceled, all Spanish festivals are canceled, all festivals in the Netherlands are canceled. I haven't heard about the UK yet. Uh, I think, but the European Union was recommending that all gatherings over 50 be canceled until September. So
Oh wow.
yeah, so Scandinavia, I know, isn't booking any shows right now, so I don't know about our festival in Finland yet. The Facebook page seems to be seeming like it's going ahead, but the problem is that I don't know if we'll even be able to go because international travel is turned off right now, basically
Hmm.
from Canada. So even if the festival does go ahead, we might not even be able to go. And we have another festival in Lithuania that we were supposed to go to, and I'm not sure what's going on with that. And Yeah, right now I think we're just working under the assumption that we don't get to play any festivals this summer. So what was once going to be a really rad, super packed summer is now nothing.
That's that sucks to hear.
Yeah. It's pretty depressing.
Now with this whole quarantine going on and all that, and as your band is one of the more up and coming popular bands in Canada, how hard is it for you to just stay at home?
Well, it's not too bad. I honestly I'm a bit of a homebody anyways. I don't really mind. I kind of work from home most of the time anyways, so that's really nothing new there. And we just kind of go for walks whenever we can and make sure to stay away from people and so we don't go too stir crazy. Restaurants are still allowing takeout, so we do that every once in a while. And yeah, I mean it hasn't been too bad. The worst part is that we just can't play any shows, and it's like when you have shows that you're looking forward to, it makes the rest of life bearable. And when you don't have that, it's just like, why am I alive right now? So that's difficult. And yeah, just kind of trying to move past that has been the hardest part for sure. Yeah.
Understandable enough. Now, with you at home now, could we see a rush on potentially the next album or EP?
Well, in fact, it's the opposite. It's ready to go. It's all done, recorded, finished. Everything's ready. But Napalm can't put it out because no one is printing right now. All
Ah,
the warehouses are closed. So can't print vinyl, can't print the CDs, can't print merch. So when all that opens up again, then they will schedule the release. And we have like a tentative date right now, but it's kind of like this is when we're hoping we'll be able to do it. And they're just kind of gonna have to see if it's gonna work out. So it's lame.
okay. Now, different kind of question to ask you.
Hmm.
With what you just said, would you, if you were to, since it's already done, would you be allowed, with Napalm's permission, to upload it online?
No, they won't release it without like a physical media to go along with it. I know some people are doing that, but that's kind of like bigger bands that either, if their release was already scheduled for this time, then they probably already had everything ready to go. So that's fine. And then there are those that can handle just a digital release monetarily, like the CDs and stuff will come later. That's fine. Yeah, so, but it's just we rely too much on the income from the physical media sales to pay back everything that the album advance and everything like that. So I would love to. I think that would be awesome if everyone would be able to hear the record right now because it's done and I just want to hear what everybody thinks. And I'm, like we're really proud of it and we worked really, really hard on it and we just want to know if it's any good. If people think it's any good. So it's really tough sitting on it, but it's going to be worth it when it finally does come up. So
Well, I'm looking forward to it. I'm really excited to see what you're going to release after following up Apex.
yeah, no, I know a lot of people are like, how are you going to top that? And I'm like, I think maybe, I don't know. Maybe we did. Maybe we did. Maybe it totally sucks and you guys are just going to be like, no, I'll just go back to listen to Apex, but who knows?
Now, this next question, I hope you don't take this with a grain of salt, but I was in a previous interview we did with Crimson Shadows, we were talking about your EP, Explorers. And Corey, the drummer, went on record to say that they stole the idea from us to have a cover and then an original.
That is not true. Because they're both covers.
Really?
Yes, they're both covers. They so what it was we were talking to them at Hyperspace last year because they headlined last year, and they were like, I think they stole it from us actually, because they had these 2 songs or whatever. And we were like, oh no, we're just releasing an EP. Like, we're just putting out 2 tracks. You guys should do the same thing. And they're like, no, we're like, oh, okay, yeah, no, we're putting out, that's a good idea. We'll put out just the 2 tracks or whatever. Or it was something like we both were doing it. They're like, we have an EP that we're putting out. And we're like, oh, we have an EP that we're putting out. And then we like share the music with each other and stuff. I think that's what happened. Yeah, because we showed them the songs. Dum dum. Core. I'm gonna get you. Yeah, no, they're both covers. Northwest Passage is a Stan Rogers song, and Heartless World is a Tease song. And what it was Northwest Passage was originally going to be the bonus track for Apex, but we liked it so much that we were like, no, we need to give this its own sort of special treatment. So we held on to that and recorded Queen of the Reich instead, just really quickly, and threw that on as the bonus track. And then held on to Northwest Passage. And then last year, our A&R rep at Napalm was like, why don't you guys just do it as an EP? Record another song, another Canadian track or whatever, and it could be like have a little Canadian theme. And we'll just do it as a 7-inch. And we were like, yeah, no, that's a great idea. So we recorded Heartless World after battling over which song to do for a long time, could not decide. Yeah, so then we just recorded Heartless World and did it as a 2-track EP.
Wow, because I saw the video you came out with explaining why you did the cover of Northwest Passage.
Mm-hmm.
I thought it was amazing, but I didn't know Heartless World was a cover. What were the other songs that were in kind of competition to be that final?
They were all Canadian, so we were thinking of what's that song? Keep on Rockin' in the Free World.
Oh, okay, Neil Young, yeah.
Neil Young. And then what was the other one? I think there was like honestly, I can't even remember some of them now. Some of the ideas that we had. There was a lot that were being thrown around. I can tell you that much.
Oh, probably in the middle of an interview. I'm sorry about that.
No worries. I didn't see or hear anything, so you're good.
Oh, okay.
You're hilarious. Mom!
I'm sorry, my mom was leaving for work.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Working the graveyard shift, eh? Isn't it like 6 o'clock over there right now or something?
It's almost 5:30 here. Actually, you might get a kick out of where my mom works. Now, I believe it's no stranger to everyone, but you like Sour Patch Kids. Am I wrong? Yes. She works at the factory that makes Sour Patch Kids.
Really?
Yeah.
That's awesome.
So I was really looking forward to seeing you all in person because we were able to get some Sour Patch Kids for you to give to you.
Oh, that's so great. Yay. Yeah. Oh, stupid coronavirus. Straight from the factory, they would have been so fresh.
Right?
That's awesome. Well, we didn't have a shortage of Sour Patch Kids on this tour. I can tell you that much. Everyone was constantly getting their Sour Patch Kids fill. We had like 6 of those kilogram bag ones. And then someone gave us a briefcase just full of all like Maynard's candies. So lots of sweets on the tour. And we had to leave a couple bags behind because we couldn't get them in our bags. Aww. I know, so that was lame. I was like, oh, here you go, bandwagon. Whoever cleans this out gets a surprise.
I know. Okay, back to the covers. No Bryan Adams songs?
Yeah, I think we did. We talked about doing Summer of '69, I think. That one was thrown out there. But I was like, oh, that's such like a karaoke song.
Yeah.
Like, no, let's not do that. I was thinking that we should do that song from Robin Hood, the old one. What song was that? Shoot, it was like something about love. I can't remember.
Okay.
But the Kevin Costner Robin Hood from back in the day.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Bryan Adams did a song for that, so I was like, that would be a good one. And then we threw around a little bit of Celine Dion, of course, but Dragon Force beat us to the punch on that one. And who else did we think about? Yeah, I can't honestly remember.
Dragon Force did a Celine Dion cover?
Yeah, My Heart Will Go On. It's hilarious.
No!
Yeah, it's actually hilarious.
I think we're gonna have to listen to that after this interview.
You definitely should. It's really good. Mark is so cute. Every night in my dreams I see you, I feel you. Like, that is how I know you go on. So fast. It's super fast.
Okay, we're down to the final 3 questions. Third last question. Now, you guys have been, or your band has been around since 2007. You were one of the few remaining original members. How hard was it in the beginning to try and establish yourself in the Vancouver scene?
Oh, no, it was so hard. In Victoria, where we started, it was a, smaller town, really tight-knit metal community. And that was no problem. That was like, holy crap, what's this female-fronted sort of melodic power death band? And we got a little bit of kind of, I don't know what the word is, like people talking about us.
A buzz?
And, yeah, buzz, that's the one, thanks. And people were stoked. We got put on a lot of shows. We played with 3 Inches of Blood. We played with so many people in Victoria. We got all the good gigs, and it was great. But then we were kind of like, okay, we need to grow. So we moved to Vancouver in 2010, I think, early. Yeah. And we were like, all right, let's do this. And it was just like we had to start all over. We had no name in the city. We were like coming from big fish in a tiny pond to tiny fish in a gigantic pond in Vancouver. And we just had to work our butts off. And we went to a lot of shows and we talked to a lot of people. Wendy 13, who booked at kind of like the local metal bar, was really good to us. She put us on a lot of shows. And then that helped us get some traction with the big promoter in town, which is the Invisible Orange, and that's Mayo. And so we started hanging out with Mayo, and he started putting us on shows, giving us a shot, that kind of thing. And of course, we would tour the crap out of Canada every year. And so not only were we working on getting traction in Vancouver, but we were also working on the other 2 big cities, which were Toronto and Montreal. And Montreal took the longest for sure. We made a lot of good friends in Toronto right away. The Crimson Boys, the boys from, what are they called? Hallows. Oh, shoot. Can't remember the name of the band. Anyways, lots of good friends and bands in Toronto, so we always played great shows there. But Vancouver still was tough. So, and what's funny is that we did better in Edmonton, and so we'd always make sure that Edmonton was on the list of towns to play, because Edmonton loved us right away. Like they embraced us wholeheartedly. So we call it our home away from home, because we just feel so loved there, and have always loved everyone in that whole scene. And Calgary took a little bit longer too, but Calgary actually is really on board with us now, and we love it there too. And I feel like we're still, Vancouver and Montreal still kind of are harder. Nowadays, we have a lot of fans in Vancouver that are always like, wait, what? You're from Vancouver? Like, oh shit! Like you live in my hometown, and a lot of people just don't even realize that we're from Vancouver, that we're like a local band or whatever. So, but Montreal, that's been a tough nut to crack. So, we've never sold out a show there, and we've sold out shows in every other city across the country. So, I think everything comes in time though, and we'll get there.
I still find that funny you're popular in Edmonton.
Oh yeah, no, Edmonton's great. They've always had a killer, super friendly, and very inclusive metal community there. I love Edmonton.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Second last question. Now, a lot of bands nowadays are coming out with or are partnering with breweries or distilleries to come out with their own line of alcohol. Iron Maiden is the famous one with the Trooper beer.
Mhm.
Now, if Unleash the Archers were to ever do that, what kind of beer would it be, and what would be the name of the beer?
I don't know. We've been talking with I think it's, I don't know how to say the word, Weird Leather and Mead, a meadery from Portland, about maybe doing like a mead, and it would be
Oh,
like,
okay.
yeah, and it would be something. Oh, we had some pretty funny names, like Unleash the Mead, or I can't remember. Lots of stuff like that. So we've been talking about that, and then for beers, I think it would probably be like maybe a kind of lighter, citrusy, like IPA. The boys all love IPAs. So maybe we could do two. We could do like an IPA for Scott and Andrew, and then I don't know what we'd call it. UTA IPA. I don't know. And then I like fruity beers, super fruity stuff. So like
Okay.
I like apricot ales and strawberry ales and raspberry ales and all that sort of stuff. So maybe we could do something fruity as well, and I don't know, could call it like Unleash the Apricot. I don't know.
I think that would sell.
Apricot arrows of I don't know. I have like zero creativity right now. I am so freaking depressed about not having any shows or anything to do that I'm like, I am not using my brain. I'm just sitting in front of Netflix all day and I don't care what anybody says about it. So
You're honestly me right now. That's me here too.
I think that might be like the whole world right now, except for like really motivated people and assholes.
Yep. Now, Brittany, we've come to the end of this interview with one last question. This is a question we've asked all previous first-time guests. This is the hardest question of the interview. We asked
Oh dear.
we asked this to everyone to ensure we're not just talking to some random lady that we met online that's catfishing us for money. It's just to be safe. We call it the poser question.
Oh dear.
Oh dear.
Wimps and posers, leave the hall.
Don't worry, it has a very high success rate. Only a few have gotten it wrong, and those were the metalcore bands.
Okay.
We tried with them.
We do. We all try. Yes, we understand. Not the sharpest tools in the shed, those metalcore bands.
No. No, the question is simple. Who would win in the fight, Lemmy or God?
Lemmy?
I like how you said that so unsuringly.
Well, I don't believe in God, so it would have to be Lemmy.
That is correct, or we would have accepted Lemmy
Lemmy
is God.
is God? Yeah, exactly. Silly.
Brittany, thank you so much for coming on Thrashers Paradise today. Is there anything else you'd like to say to our audience watching this on YouTube?
Just keep an eye out for the new album. We'll start announcing stuff probably in like a month or so, hopefully, if everything keeps going as planned. So follow us on Instagram at Unleash the Archers, and follow us on Twitter at Unleash Archers, and Facebook, and follow us on Bands in Town, because we put all of our shows on there. So whenever a show or tour gets announced, it'll go up there and you can get a notification, like an actual email that says that we're coming to your town. So screw Facebook. If you want info about tours and stuff, go follow us on Bands in Town, and follow all your favorite bands on there, because Facebook is stupid and their algorithms block out half of our fan base. And you know how many people have messaged me like the night after we play their town, and they say, hey, you should come to whatever, insert name of city here. And it's like, dude, we literally played there last night. And they're like, what? No, how come I didn't know? And it's like, because you're on Facebook, you boomer. So
You boomer.
yeah, Bands in Town is I just would like to take everyone that follows us on Facebook and move them over there. And what else? What else is a good yeah, I don't know. I guess that's really it.
Buy
Watch for
merch on
updates.
indie merch.
Oh yeah, indiemerchstore.com/B/unleash-the-archers is where all of our merch is. And they still haven't received everything from tour. I think it's just because they have a smaller team on, so it's probably all sitting on the dock, like waiting for someone to again get the motivation to rip it open and actually count everything, which is really annoying. So
Yeah.
there's still more stuff being posted every day. So make sure to check that out. Thank you for reminding me.
You're welcome. Where you can find this amazing toque and this hoodie.
Yay!
I fell in love with the hoodie immediately and had to buy it.
I know they do. They are really good hoodies too. I bought one myself, not like with the Archer stuff on it, because I think that's a faux pas when you wear your own merch. But just the hoodie, and they're like long and they fit really well and they're good. Yeah, so we'll probably do like some new designs for the album on a hoodie as well.
Excellent, Brittany. Once again, thank you so much for taking time out of your extremely busy and high demanding schedule to come on Skype today to be interviewed by me. I really appreciate it.
No worries. Thanks for having me. Happy to be here.
Now I'm starting to get nervous again. Why?
Oh, 'tis what it is, I guess, eh? Can't control our bodies.
No. Until next time, keep on thrashing. And
Later.
Stop recording.
And through the night behind